So you want to read plans, follow instructions, do it the right way? But why, mate? If planning worked, I'd be happily married with 3 kids, living a dream. Not here in the garage recording videos. But nothing ever goes to plan, does it? So I've seen walls framed straight to the master bedroom, hob frames where shower should go. But that's not planning, that's just what are you thinking, mate? In this episode, we'll talk about how to read site plans, floor plans, elevations, sections, and detailed drawings. How to spot the key stuff, levels, FFL, NGL, RL, room sizes, wall types, and materials. How to read the specs, thick and boring documents, and we'll also go through the assessment. Plans? Just lines and numbers, right? Until you hit a sewer pipe or pour the wrong mix. Now your extension is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This unit shows you how to actually read the plans and specs so you don't end up building something Picasso sketched up after a few drinks. Plan versus specs. What's the difference? Let's say 2 people went to buy shoes. One of them is your mate. Let's call him Plans. Hey mate, how did it go? Yeah, I went to Westfields, walked into the Foot Locker, saw some nice shoes size 10. They're alright, I got them. Done. And the other one is your missus. Let's call her Specs. If the plan says external wall here, the spec says brick veneer with R2.5 insulation. Specs are like the fine print on a dodgy tradie coat. Ignore them and you pay for them later. On site, when there's a delay or something doesn't look right, everyone stares at the plans. If you're the one who goes, hold up, page 14, detail B, step down is actually 150 millimeters. You're the hero because you solved the problem. If you're the one who goes, what's a detailed drawing? Congratulations, you're on the broom. Learn to read plans and suddenly the job makes sense. Not just what to do, but why you are doing it. Hey mate, yeah man, I locked in a new chippy. Oh, he's a gun. Yeah, way cheaper. Oh, I'm talking thousands. Yeah, I'm gonna extend a holiday for another week. Oh, for sure. Hold on, he's calling me. Hey buddy, how's it going? Nothing lines up. Hold on. A door in the ceiling? You mean in a manhole? Yeah. And then when you look right, there's a living room and a kitchen behind. The lines are pale. Issue D. Nah mate, it's issue B. Issue B. Let's dive into reading plans. This is your floor plan. Think of it like Google Maps for your build. It shows where the walls are, sliding door, windows. It shows room locations as garage, courtyard, living room, dining room, laundry, kitchen. Basically, it shows all important stuff. Quick tip, if you're married or planning to be, mark out location of your couch. That is a really important thing to think about. Each door and window will have a number next to it. And then in the window schedule, you can find the sizes of them. Doors will show which way they swing. Sliding door will have arrows pointing which way they open. Why the swing is important? You don't want to end up with a light switch behind the door. Or install a vanity on the wrong side and then you can't enter the laundry or your bathroom. In the corner you're going to have a scale. Why is it important to know the scale of the plan? In case there is no measurement of the room, you can quickly grab a ruler, measure it, and every centimeter on the plan is 1 meter in real life. Always check the revision number and make sure you're building from the latest one, and trust me, building from the old one, it's never pretty. On some plans you will get the FFL and some plans will show RL. What is the difference between FFL and RL? Well, FFL is finished floor level. That includes slab plus any finish you have, tiles, carpet or timber. If you get an RL, that is just a slab, and then you need to add the thickness of the finished floor, tiles, timber or carpet. This is super important to know when your carpenter is installing doors and stairs. Did you ever wonder why a small rodent can get under your door? Well, that's why someone didn't check it properly. RL, reduced level, is measured from a datum point. In Australia, it is based on sea level. If your slab shows RL 10.5, you are 10.5 meters above sea level. Simple as that. Let's look at the elevation. Elevation shows what your house looks like from the outside. It is all up there. Roof pitches, eaves, gutters, window heights, type of cladding, paint. Check everything carefully because close enough isn't good enough when the clients ask why their windows don't light up or where is my face brick. Alright, let's look at the engineering slab details. This section is technical, but it's crucial to know. It is the base of your building and everything goes from there. If you mess this up, everything else follows. Here you will find the slab thickness, slab strength, what type of mesh you need to use, footing sizes, where the posts go and where the columns go. Footings, you're gonna find posts here and columns. You can see the sizes of pods are marked here as well, so that means this is a waffle pod slab. And this one is very technical. We won't be going through it in this episode. Alright, let's look at the specs. This one is for hardy planks. In the specs, you're gonna be told every little detail, what you can do and what you can't do.
2,000 years later.
Had a chippy once frame up a wall straight through the master bedroom. Why? Well, he was working off issue A and we were up to issue J. Ensuite gone, wardrobe sliced in half. Might as well build a hallway straight to the divorce court. Then I had a plumbing apprentice who hooked up the hot water with the gas line. Yep, so client jumps in expecting hot steam and gets slapped with gas. Nearly called Allied forces on us. So I had one where site supervisor thought it was a good idea to set out a slab by himself. He was off 300 mil on a 6-meter run. The problem is, trusses in phase with prefab and nothing lined up. Hardest one to fix, stairs went the wrong bloody way. So from the front door they were supposed to go into the living room. Instead, the architect drove them heading straight into the front wall. No head clearance, no flow, it looked like a complete disaster. So moral of the story, just because it's drawn doesn't mean it's right. If you don't double check it, you're the one explaining it to the client while holding a hammer and having a massive headache. Every one of those issues had one thing in common. Someone didn't check the latest plan, didn't read the note, or skipped the specs. And when everything hits the fan, who gets the call? Not the apprentice, not the tradie, not the dressman, it's you. Alright, for all of you that are doing or thinking of doing Cert IV, let's do some example questions for the assessment. What is the finished floor level in the garage? Finished floor level in the garage is 119.13. Sometimes on the plan, instead of FFL, you're gonna get an RL. And then on the RL, you have to add the type of flooring that's gonna be installed. What is the slab thickness? We're gonna get the engineering plans, and it says 125mm slab, SL82 mesh. For which revision of the plans should be used for construction? Answer should sound like the latest one. The plans we are working off is issue K. What is the finished floor level of the first floor? We're gonna get the elevation again for that. Finished level of the first floor is 120.7 at the back part of the house and 122.2 at the front part of the house. Anyone can follow a markout. Real tradies read the plan, spot the issue and fix it before they build it. I've seen everything and every time, same excuse. Oh, I thought it was drawn this way. Oh, I thought it was supposed to go there. Now mate, don't think, check the plans. Plans show you what to build, specs tell you how to build it. Always check title block, scale, orientation, revision letter and notes. Never assume. If you're not sure, double check it or ask someone before you turn it into a very costly mistake. Know your symbols and levels, FFL, RL, NGL, and follow the detailed callouts like your next paycheck depends on it. And often it does. So yeah, if you want to be the bloke who gets trusted with a big project and doesn't need any babysitting and who can walk into any job and take control, you need to learn how to read the plans and specs. You don't have to memorize everything, just know where to look and how to read it before the concrete truck shows up. Hey mate, yeah, I had a crew, they came on site but yeah, they just couldn't finish it, someone got sick or I'm not sure what happened. 4 weeks. Nails. And there goes my weekend and holiday. Alright, if you learned something or just had a laugh, smash that like button. Subscribe to help me keep the content coming and you to enjoy it. Drop your best didn't read the plan disaster in the comments. Could be you, your mate, or some other guy. We've all been there. And see you in the next one.